It's like teaching a person to fish. You're teaching the value of that strategy, why it's useful to the audience, and then how it influences the design. So instead of giving guidelines, we're giving a recipe, in a sense, of how to use it. And the idea is they can improve it then. They can take it on and make it better.
By the time you've done with the brand and the kind of look and feel and tone and strategy, I'm sure there's a myriad of people who pick up that work beyond. What is that, how does that look like for you in terms of thinking about it?
If you're building a brand now, it's a connected ecosystem of real world and digital experiences. In a sense, you're building that on the terms of the audience to access the brand in multitude different ways, and that will change with the time of day, location, situation, and whatever the person needs to do. So there's great complexity to that. So if you're not designing a system that has fix and flex, i.e. has enough lucidity and clarity and visual and creative value for people to understand what the design is, but also the flexibility to adapt and be recessive when it needs to be more supportive, when it needs to be more on, when it needs to guide or support or express something, then it's very difficult. It breaks at the point of use. But behind that, if you haven't created a strategy that is an actionable system, it's like an engine of change in habits and behaviors, then no one has a reason to believe what you're doing. It's like teaching a person to fish. You're teaching the value of that strategy, why it's useful to the audience, and then how it influences the design. So instead of giving guidelines, we're giving a recipe, in a sense, of how to use it. And the idea is they can improve it then. They can take it on and make it better. And that's what we find. We work a lot with internal teams as well as external teams with clients. And if we do our job well, everybody on behalf of the brand serves it better.
I love that thought, because it's also something that can sort of scale down to a smaller brand or a smaller company. It's like, what are your experience principles? What are the things that the emotions and feelings, the actions that you're trying to elicit from the human beings that you're trying to serve, and then it opens up for creativity.
It's really liberating, because traditionally brand and design was a fixed infrastructure. So you would make a series of decisions, apply them, and have to keep replicating them. But of course, the world doesn't work like that now. It's a living, breathing, growing, organic system that we're all part of. And you need to keep learning, because culturally things move very quickly. And if you're not adaptive to that, you get outrun. People aren't coming to the brand for good design. They're coming for the thing they want. They either want to buy a pair of sneakers, or they want to listen to some music, or they want to download a piece of information, or traveling or something. So that's what the mind space is. So design's job is to facilitate that and get out of the way when it's not needed.